When I first started out, I just Google top artists Singapore. As I go now to support the local, I realized that there's hundreds of artists. And I was like so shocked how I don't have enough resources to support hundreds of artists.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a new episode of Are You For Real? My name is Ian.
I'm Shireen.
And today we're going to talk about something that is a little bit off the tangent than what we usually cover. Today we're going to talk about art. Now, sensitive art, talk about Singapore art. Because usually when people talk about art in Singapore, nobody really cares, you know. They're like, yeah, must support local. Then you go to Aliwar's center, right? Then you're just like, bolang eh. Why? But, right, recently, government came out with this thing called the SG60 Cultural Pass. You know what it is?
Yes, it's the one that they give you like some, I don't know, is it credit or voucher that you can go to like, don't know, those heritage wall or museum and all. But like, I mean, I never get because I'm not Singaporean. So it's like quite sad for me lah. But do you use?
I'm trying to use. I'm trying to find time to do it, and I think it's a very great initiative from our government to at like macro level, right? To like, okay, we tell you to support, you don't believe, we give you money. Okay, you go and try and do. So now that we have this macro level instruction from government, say we really should help, right? The local art scene should start flourishing. We ourselves, let's say, if we secretly already into the arts, right, and we're trying to support, right, what does that even look like on a micro level to support local? Do we just like, oh, okay, every time Artist Alley come up, we just go? Is there any other ways to go about doing this in a more fruitful and more impactful way? Now, you look at both of us, right, both way here, don't know one, right? So obviously, what we need is a subject matter expert. So today here with us in the studio is Steven.
Hello, I'm Steven. I'm a very strong supporter of local art. So today I'm here because iFAST gave me the platform to share, my passion for art. So thank you very much.
Yeah. So you mentioned that you're a very strong supporter of local art and also an art enthusiast, right? So like tell us your journey. How do you even get into like collecting art in the first place? Are you like an artist or something?
Am I an artist? I mean, if you talk about 35 years ago, maybe I'm an artist because we participate in community center art competition, right? Those days we were like, use crayon to draw on drawing board. Then we submit for this competition. Then usually it's in the morning. By afternoon you get your trophy. Then everybody cheer you up. Then we end the day on the weekend. Yeah. But having said that, today am I an artist? I think I'm not. I'm just an appreciator of art. So I just like art. Then I hope that local wealth, local Singaporean do support art.
So how did that spark came about? Cause like it's not like last time when you young, then as a baby, right? Then your parents put you, okay, you have artist, the paintbrush, then a lawyer, the book, then after the stethoscope, doctor, they ask you crawl. Then is that how you discovered that art was a thing that I'm passionate about? Like what sparked that?
I don't think so. I think every human when they are born, when they are baby, the baby when they see a beautiful woman or a beautiful handsome guy, right? They will naturally like smile and attract to them. If they see a not so handsome or not so beautiful lady, they kind of the facial expression you can see it. So I think we are born to love beautiful things, right? So over the years I love design, I love architecture a lot. So naturally art is also another extension of that.
Right. Yeah. So is that like a thing that was also very prevalent as you are growing up? Like, are you always constantly surrounding yourself with that so that the love deepens, or was it like a thing that when you were growing up it wasn't present but you were seeking out?
No, it's never a way to look at art or appreciate art since young. Singaporean, we are so pragmatic. Everything is about commercial, about money and dollars and cents. So I think what really triggered it was in 2021. So we have a lockdown for a while, right? Then real estate also went up a lot that year. Then equity market recovered very strongly after initial drop. So we did, everybody who have invested would have made some money then, right? So my wife come to me and said, hey, we have been talking about giving back to the society. So what are we going to do now? So it kind of triggered me, say that, yeah, we have been thinking about it. Let's do something about it, So I've been, visiting solo exhibition of artists. Then I also kind of talk to the artists, talk to some of the galleries. Then I realized that actually there's some gap there that we can help. So I tell my wife, let's do this. We go and do some direct benefit, then purchasing art from artists and galleries, then hang out on the wall, and then when we invite our friends, let's promote the local arts. Yeah, so that's how it started. Yeah.
Then do you remember like the first ever like artwork that you bought?
Yeah, so the first painting obviously I will remember because the first painting when I was looking for a painting to beautify my office. So it's so commercial, right? Yeah, so it's to beautify my office. So naturally you because that time I'm in finance, right? So we have to look for something that's presentable and represent the status of a financial advisory business, right? So you Google which are the top artists, then the Google will come out and tell you, Ong Kim Seng is one of the top watercolor painter in Singapore. So I went to a gallery and then I purchased an Ong Kim Seng painting. Yeah, so that was my first painting.
So talking about how you mentioned like how practical Singaporeans are, and we're very interested in the value of paintings, right? Because as much as we have like, if I have $1 million, I want to benefit all the artists, but everybody, you have to pay for the work and the price and the effort. How do you value art of, let's say, local artists? Because okay, like I'm saying, very obvious, you google.com can find. You go to a new place where you want to support the people, and the people are the people who have talent, are new, right? And they need or they deserve some kind of funding to help them grow. So you really want to help those people. But then what upcoming artists, how do I Google like people who are underrated? Like how do I?
Yeah. So when I first started out, I just Google top artists Singapore. Then I because a lot of the top artists, the name are forgotten. So I was thinking maybe we should invest in some of these artists, then host annual exhibition, display their art so that people know we have such a good artist and remember their name, right? So that's how it started. Then as I go down to support the local, I realized that there's hundreds of artists. And I was like so shocked how I don't have enough resources to support hundreds of artists. So then I have to be more focused, right? So then I decided, okay, let's be more focused, right? Support artists that generally the gallery think that they are good. Then you also talk to many artists, so you tend to ask the artists, who are the artists that you think is good. Then we draw some consensus. At least there's some benchmark for us to choose which artist to invest in, right? Then so that's how we come up, because you cannot kind of put your money and support any artist because they may not be suitable to be artists. Then you are giving them the wrong impression.
Right.
Yeah. So basically we draw a consensus. Then we decided, these are the few artists that we need to support. Then it's from these criteria that we allocate our funds to the various artists.
Right. Yeah. So speaking of this thing, and now I'm really caught up with it. There are some people, as you mentioned, that we shouldn't support them to give them the wrong impression that they should continue being an artist. Have you ever supported an artist and then like instantly regret, or like it's down the road be like, yes, no, this was a bad investment?
I don't think so, because some artists is like some kids, they have late developments,
right?
I would say. So it's very difficult to say, whether this artist has matured or take time to mature. Is it talented enough to eventually mature? So these are very challenging things. So sometimes we just have to, support for a while, maybe 1-2 years. Then later we see how it goes, right? But if after 2 years, because I've been in this for about 4 years already, right? So after 2 years, if you realize that, this artist may not be the best, then what you do is that you just allocate a bit lesser. Then you shift that resources to somebody else, which over the last 2 years you think that is better potential. So you cannot totally cut off. So you just have to reduce it year after year until you realize it. And then we also don't cause this particular artist go into depression. So I think we also have to be responsible as a patron. Yeah,
I'm just curious, but like supporting a local artist, is it like you give them like a certain fund, or is like you purchase kind of like the new paintings or art that they have?
So that's something that my friend always asks me, how to support local artists, right? Then they will say that I don't have money, I can't support local artists. And through some of my friends, they are not as fortunate as me. So even nowadays tuition is very costly, right? So after their income come in, they pay for tuition, pay for car, pay for their house, then not much left, right? So then I tell them, supporting art is not just about buying art, it's also about attending exhibition. Because attending exhibition is like you giving the artists a moral support, right? So those that can afford it, you give the financial support and sustain them, right? Those who cannot afford it, then you just give your moral support, right? So there's there's two part of things, the emotional part and the financial part. So I think that's what I want to encourage Singaporean here, even tourists, that we should support art by even attending exhibition.
Like, what factors do you consider when you determine whether to invest or not in this art piece? Like, is it like an instant connection to the painting, like, or maybe like when you see then this art is like speaking to me, that kind of thing? Or like, is it more like a scarcity, like, I don't know, maybe this artist doesn't produce art that often, that kind of thing? Like, what kind of factors do you use to determine this?
I would think that as a there's many objective of acquiring art. So it really depends on each individual objective. So why I try to understand the objective of art consumption, is because I hope I can encourage the various people in here who can afford art to see art in a different way, right? So for example, some people maybe purchase art for display, just for aesthetic purpose for your house, and you know that you're going to buy one or two pieces at max, right? Then you better buy something that you love, right? It's not about investment. If you buy investment and then it's not something you like, every day you go to see that thing and you feel very, first of all, you don't like it.
Like, why do you even buy?
Yes, and because you purchase for investment, if the value drop, you'll be even disappointed, right? Like, I don't like this thing and then I invest in it and it don't make money for me. So it kind of defeats your whole purpose, right? So that's for aesthetics. So buy something you like. Then if you are for investment, you better choose something that's, I would say, branded artist. That means it's not going to have a big capital loss. So there's a market value for it. So it's kind of, I don't know, I should not call it liquid. Art is never liquid. But at least if you want to sell at minimum loss, you can sell it away. Right? So for investment, that's the purpose. So there's also, as I step into this journey, right, I also know that there's a lot of philanthropic individuals, right? So the art is no longer about just consumption, but it's also about giving back to society. So, but they also have to make sure that they prudently spend the family wealth, right? You can't be like, I throw everything down the drain, then I have done my work as a philanthropic, individual. It don't work this way. So what do I mean by art philanthropy? Is basically you have to spend some money to support the artists so that they survive. You probably have to engage, curation services, conservation services, so on and so forth, to make sure that the whole ecosystem survive. So this is what I meant by, when you want to think about philanthropic reason, then you have to think of how are you going to do this in the most sustainable way, right? And the effect of it must be there's a multiplier effect on it.
Right.
So then efficiency becomes as a consideration. So everybody say that, philanthropy is very easy, just allocate money. No, it's actually another kind of business in itself, It's just that the difference is that you don't make money from it. That's only different, but it's actually a big business to promote art.